What is the worst modern Harley Davidson motorcycle? Harley Davidson has been around for a long time, since 1903. Hard to believe, with some amazing motorcycles, but it hasn't all been sunshine and rainbows. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about the 7 worst Harley Davidson motorcycles. So it's important to lay the ground rules for this list. And I know this is probably gonna make a few people mad, but we're gonna focus on the modern motorcycles. So think post-2000 era. And this isn't saying that they weren't good motorcycles. These are bikes that were not well received from the public and or did not have great sales. And honestly, you can't even get mad at me because one of my bikes is on this list, so it is what it is. If we haven't met before, hello, I'm Brandon Hart and I'm passionate about motorcycles. This is my 2021 Harley Davidson Street Glide Special. This bike is not on the list, by the way. We're gonna hop on and talk about that list. Let's do it. We are actually on our way to meet up with my friend Tim. He wanted to go for a little sunset rip. I'm also excited. If you notice, I got a new bag on the back there, thanks to Advan Black. I went with the chopped tour pack with the color match. Listen, if you have a bike on this list, don't be offended. It's interesting putting this together because I actually really like half these motorcycles. But we're gonna kind of count down to the worst. So this one's not horrible. The Harley Davidson Rocker C, which I believe is on the Softail platform. Now keep in mind, I don't have all the specs and that fancy stuff in front of me, but I think it was maybe a little ahead of its time, but also came with some critical design flaws. Particularly, if you've ever seen the rear seat setup on that, it's truly interesting. The swing arm setup is different than a normal Softail. So they have this wheel that was essentially separate from the bike, the rear wheel, and it had its own fender and cover. But the passenger seat, the way that the swing arm was set up and this rear fender sat, the seat was elevated. I'm gonna say, if you were unlucky enough to be a passenger on one of those, I'm sure you can attest to the fact that it looked ridiculous. Now, they were definitely cool looking with the styling. I always liked the bigger rear tire. I don't know if the Rocker C was a 240, but it had a bigger rear tire, kind of like that. And they're kind of hard to find now. If you look at the used market, I remember looking when I bought the Deuce, was back in February. I may have seen one Rocker C, and it was going for a hefty price. So again, some of these bikes that weren't popular then are starting to become a little more desirable. And you look at the market pricing and the availability, well, sometimes a little bit more rare of a bike means more value. So a lot of these bikes age okay. Number 6 on the list is a bike that is near and dear to my heart. The one and only Harley Davidson Softail Deuce. I have a glorious 2001 Deuce and I absolutely love it. I think it has aged like fine wine. I love the sound of that twin cam engine with the Vansenheim straight pipes. It sounds amazing. Get compliments on it all the time. They were trying to take advantage of the old chopper craze back in the day. Lots of chrome. It was the only bike that had that stretched out gas tank and this big 21-inch wheel in the front, skinny wheel, with a larger wheel in the back. I think it was a 180 stock. I believe I have a 190 on mine, which is a little wider than stock. And also, my front wheel was replaced, so it's a wider wheel. They came out with a chopper setup. Another interesting fact about the Deuce, it shares something with another bike, the V-Rod, with that rear taillight. The Deuce wasn't popular. And when you're looking on used market, you'll find some. And when you go to bike shows, I kind of like bringing the Deuce because not a lot of people have it. Looks like our boy is late. It almost, is that goldish because of my bike?
Dude, yeah, I know.
It's the heat.
Who sold it, yeah, to me.
I was going to save the #1 worst motorcycle ever for the very end, but we'll just announce it now.
Here's the one right here, folks.
You get to see it firsthand. Now you know why I wanted to ride with Tim tonight. I had to have a real live example of the worst bike ever made. Obviously, I'm kidding with Tim's bike. It's sick. I think it's a 2014 Dyna Lowrider. He bought it with under 1,000 miles, but he's been riding the heck out of it. He's got the thrashing bars and TBR exhaust just installed. That's his new thing, and that thing sounds like a beast. Number 5 on the worst bikes list is the Harley Davidson FXDR. They only made it for a limited run, just a few years in the 2010s. I think it was like a 2018, 19. But my friend Kyle has one of these, and I gotta say, it's a badass bike. It did not sell well, hence that's why they gave it the axe. Has a completely different look than most Harleys. A big 240 rear tire, and kind of has a modern V-Rod style look to it. Definitely a unique bike. Kyle's bike is sick. I love it. This is one bike on the list I really do like, but it didn't sell and people didn't buy it. So fairly rare to see one of these at your dealership or for sale on Marketplace. The FXDR. Check them out if you haven't. And you're noticing a trend here with Harley Davidson. As these bikes get to be more progressive, more modern, it's generally not well received by fans or enthusiasts. Harley tries to innovate or come out with new styles sometimes, and it's not always a hit. And I think more frequently than not, they mess up. At number 4, a bike I've already mentioned a few times, the V-Rod, the infamous V-Rod. And I'll be honest, I'm not a big V-Rod fan myself. The FXDR, I could do an FXDR. But I don't think that V-Rod has aged well. It has like this round, circular, bubbly appearance that I don't think looks good. And Harley thought outside of the box on this one. They worked with Porsche to develop the engine. I'm talking about your favorite bike right now.
Which one? Oh, V-Rod. V-Rod.
Tim's a big V-Rod guy.
I like them, dude.
We saved him. I'm so glad you didn't buy one. You got street cred with that. V-Rod, I don't know. Some guys like them. I'm not one of them. I do think those German builds are pretty cool. For some reason in Europe, they're super popular. And they put these wild 330 tire kits on them. It's like the Batmobile. See a video of the guy showing off revving his engine, doing a burnout, and he flips his V-Rod. That's what I think about when I think V-Rod. But to those of you that have it, I'm sure it has redeeming qualities. Just not for my taste. Tim loves them. At number 3, we have another bike I featured on this channel before, the Harley Davidson Sportster S. I don't like that they applied the Sportster name, one of the most iconic motorcycles ever made, and transformed it, if you will, into what is the Sportster S. I would have been okay if it was called something else, but I also still don't think at the price point they're selling it, it would even be successful. I mean, that bike is a complete flop. I talk to sales guys all the time, and they don't move them. They don't sell them. People are not buying these bikes. Now, I know they're meant for like a younger generation and people who are more into the sport bike scene, and you're paying for the Harley name, and in that community, you know, most people don't like Harley Davidson. I can appreciate what Harley was trying to do with the Sportster S, but I don't appreciate the name. It's not a Sportster. Having said that, I did go for a test ride, and I loved it. It was fast. I think it looks cool, but it's not a Sportster.
Not a Sportster.
Not a Sportster.
You know what we want? We want a new big cubic inch Evo. Evo Sporty.
You bring back the Evo Sporty, he says. I mean, I agree.
Bring that Evo Sporty.
Evo Sporty Classic at a $10,000 price point. You heard it here first. The Evo Sportster Resurrection. I mean, you know they got a bunch of Evo engines just sitting in a warehouse somewhere.
Just want a big cubic inch Evo. That's it.
You love big cubic inches, don't you?
Right things.
Before we say number 2, let me know what I missed so far. See if you can guess what the next 2 are. Number 2 bike was a complete failure. The Harley Davidson Street 500 and Street 750. I mean, come on. Who bought these bikes? Horrible looking, weird motors, and they weren't it. I did ride a street for my riding test back in the day. And I mean, it was fine. I don't think they look good at all. I think the styling is terrible. From what I remember, they had a ton of problems and reliability. And they just didn't have that Harley look or sound. And I don't think they'll ever be popular, ever. You can find them real cheap, probably 1,500 bucks. But I wouldn't recommend ever buying one. Not even to my worst enemy. Just past Hogan's Hangout. For all you Hulkamaniacs out there. He was a staple in the Clearwater Beach community. Lived here for a long time. Rest in peace. What is the worst modern Harley Davidson motorcycle?
Livewire. Right?
The Livewire, he said.
Isn't that everybody's choice?
What do you have to say if the person watching right now is riding a Livewire?
I'm sorry, man. Should have just bought a Suron. They go about the same seat. They go about the same speed.
How far do those?
You don't got to register them. They go a good 50, miles. So maybe not as far. Not as far.
What's the range on a Livewire? 100?
Probably 80, 100, something like that. I would assume, depending on how heavy you are on the throttle.
Yeah. So that'll do it for today's list.
Oh yeah.
What did you think about the rest of the list?
I thought it was pretty spot on.
What are a couple other bikes that you think would be on there? Just 2 more.
Well, it's hard because a bunch of the models have the same engine, so it's not like they're bad bikes.
I'm not talking about engines, I'm talking about bikes. Pay attention.
I mean, I'm all about my Dynas, Road Glides, FX.
Completely avoided the question. He won't say any other bike he doesn't like. V-Rod, you hate V-Rods at least, right?
No, I don't mind V-Rods. I don't mind them. If they're done up right, CVO, clean, I think it's a collector's bike one day. One day it'll be a collector's bike.
What's the outro here? What do we got to keep down?
Rubber side down, folks.
Rubber side down. Appreciate you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
My boy Tim with his nasty TBR exhaust. Just look at this freaking thing. Already starting to turn gold. This bike is just absolutely sick. I'm so glad you didn't trade it in for the Road Glide back in the day.
Oh, I know. Me too.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Rubber side
Peace.
down.
Keep the rubber side down. If you don't ride, get on a freaking motorcycle. Just not a V-Rod or a Livewire.
Saddle up. Yeah, no, still V-Rod you can. Livewire, I'd stay off.
Yes, sir.